reinstating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Texans and the Colts, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. Leading him out, the former Stanford man. At quarterback, it's Davis Mills.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Mills now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go.
Evades the tackler, and now some space. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Mills. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down. This goes out wide from Madison. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to the ground with Pierce. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mills. Over the middle, complete. It's Pierce. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts team. that's what you get apparently when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. And what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mills. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll leave it with a 3rd and 2. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. And these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mills. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. But plenty of distance there as he banks it in. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept away and boom, over the crossbar.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got it. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The Colts at 5 and 6 to start play. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing, and on that one, they have the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Let's go.
Lawrence on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan.
But how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. What a play. It's a 1st down as they get 19 yards on the fake punt. And they were right in that gray area on the edge of long field goal range, maybe too short to punt it. So the defense probably was expecting this was a possibility.
They should have been, and in most cases, what you do on defense is you go to what they call punt safe. In other words, you leave your defense out in the field, prepare for them to possibly go for it, and then you just have a little bit different responsibility. You're not really trying to get a big return. You just want to make sure you get the ball back. But they fell asleep at the switch.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Again, it's Lawrence. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is caught. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. So they went with a trickery there on the fake punt, hoping to catch that return team flat-footed, but it did not work out.
And you were talking about trying to catch him flat-footed. That's what they were hoping for, trying to catch him off guard. That's a well-coached team on the other side. They were more than prepared, and they were able to stop it.
A 1st down throw for Mills. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Mills. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44, Mills. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mills to the air again. Steps away to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They go play action now. Lawrence. The toss here completed to Pittman. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Lawrence. Steps away. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for. An interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Play fake, Mills. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Gano's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive in particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Lawrence. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Mills to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Mills. And his throw here is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Forced out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Rodgers on the return. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They go play action with Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez in punt formation, but as we've seen, that's no guarantee he'll punt the football. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Texans will take over. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. 1st down, Mills. And this one too low.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mills. He gets it to Cooks. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. Pierce takes it straight ahead. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mills now from the 50. And Mills is intercepted for the 3rd time. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The Colts on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. Second.
Oh, no, he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, no, he lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throwing now, Lawrence. This is caught. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Lawrence on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Trevor Lawrence scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Colts look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here is Mills and the Texans down by 15. 1:52 to play. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here, starting with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pass complete. It's Madison. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. To throw again on second down. Mills got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They go play action. Mills. Open man is Jordan, the tight end. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mills again. That's complete to Pierce. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 27-yard line. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Mills, 4th down, gotta have it. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again is Lawrence. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, CD.